Quarterback Jaren Hall is an early declare. He'll be turning 25 in March, so a much older quarterback prospect out of Brigham Young University. He may not be the CJ Stroud or the Bryce Youngs of the world, but he could be an interesting later round rookie dynasty pick for you. In 2022, he had an impressive 65.7% completion rate and a solid 82.4 PFF passer grade. And that was a 92nd percentile rate in the FBS. Now, his big time throw rate, 79th percentile. And his 112.7 NFL passer rating, 81st percentile in FBS. This is an above average quarterback in college football, and his 31-6 touchdown to interception ratio is nothing to scoff at. Okay. Now, he is the definition of a clean pocket king. Jaren Hall, a 91 PFF passer grade in a clean pocket, a 28-2 touchdown to interception ratio, 74% completion rate, 131 NFL rating, only 1.2% turnover worthy. And this is the type of quarterback that could thrive behind an awesome offensive line. He could be the missing piece as a weapon in under center as quarterback, not going to turn over the ball. He is also a downfield dynamo, 94.7 PFF grade on deep throws, 90 plus PFF grade each on the left and center of the field. So he's able to throw it really well down the field. It doesn't matter where, he's able to get the ball to his receivers down the field accurately. Jaren Hall is also one of only 4 quarterbacks with 30 plus passing touchdowns, a 65% completion rate, and 400 rushing yards. That's a big deal because we're talking about like the Mays of the world, the Caleb Williams of the world, right? And Jaren Hall is in that conversation. A respectable rushing quarterback, 72 PFF rushing grade, 5 yards per carry, and fewer than 10 interceptions on the season makes him an interesting, not turnover prone type of quarterback, a pretty safe pick. And look, Jaren Hall does have some history. So let's talk about it. In 2021, he sustained not 1, but 2 concussions during that year. He also saw a slight dip in PFF passer grade from 21 to 22. That's concerning to me. That's one of the signs that I take as an evaluator of what steps did this player make to go forward. He was at like a low to mid 80s PFF grade both years, and it just didn't seem like he had progressed as a passer. So I want to see that change in the preseason and hopefully in some evaluations for Jaren Hall. His 64.1 PFF grade on screens is a concern for place where he could step into, for instance, the 49ers, right? A yards after catch type of team or a yards after catch type of scheme would not be a good fit for Jaren Hall. That's not something that he succeeded at in college. In fact, it was downfield that he succeeded at, and even middle of the field intermediate throws he struggled as well. So it was really, he needs a good offensive line. If you like the content and you find it helpful, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. He needs a clean pocket, and he needs weapons that can get deep down the field. And immediately that comes to mind is if the Lions wanted to bridge Jared Goff to Jaren Hall, like they wouldn't have to spend high draft capital. They would have the offensive line. They would have the deep weapons. So I wonder if Jaren Hall would be a fit for the Detroit Lions. Just throwing that out there. He would not be a good fit for the 49ers. Jaren Hall also struggles under pressure. When he gets a lot of pressure, really suffers in the grading system. He struggles to complete passes, 41 PFF grade, 3 to 4 touchdown interception ratio. There's just bad decisions happening when he's under pressure. He completes a third of his throws, and even when you adjusted completion percentage, only 53.4%. It's pretty terrible. And then the 16% drop rate is notable because that means his passes are inaccurate, and his receivers don't really have a chance at catching a clean ball, 7.1% turnover worthy rate, and 41.6 NFL passer rating. Just really disastrous when it comes to pressure. So he's going to need a really strong offensive line to be successful in the NFL. But as I said before, not under pressure. He is the king. 88 PFF grade, 18-4 touchdown to interception ratio, 66% completion rate, 109 NFL passer rating, 1.9% turnover rate. And ultimately, this is a player that, yes, he's going to be 25 in March, but he's projected to be probably a 2nd to 4th round pick. I don't think there's a lot of evaluators putting him in the 1st round, but he could be a very sneaky addition if he falls in the right team and gets the opportunity to win a job outright. He seems to be a high character type of guy, served as a missionary during the early part of his college career. So Jaren Hall is a player that should be on our radar and probably will get drafted by an NFL team, especially teams who are looking for chemistry, who are looking for a player who can complete balls deep. And yeah, a good locker room type of quarterback. Jaren Hall, probably not going to be a superstar for fantasy, but at least an eyebrow raiser later round in your rookie dynasty drafts.